what? I got a little cafe business and I just wanted to go to the bank to deposit some of my credits up.
What was that? There's so much happening.
Are you going back in as another character?
I might, yeah.
Oh god, what am I about to walk into? What am I walking into?
No, you are not bringing in the plague. No. Oh, no.
What am I walking into?
You fucking giggly bitch. Come here.
I didn't even do it. He started a fight. I got fucking shot.
Oh no, Marcus.
What am I walking into? What am I walking into?
Oh, there's an active firefight right now.
Yeah, there's an active firefight that we just dipped the hell out.
There's an active firefight that just started.
Do I want to walk to the firefight? Or do I want to go, like, oh hey, why is everybody running?
You're gonna probably see us on the way out. You're gonna see us on the way out and we're gonna be like, Marcus, there's a firefight right now. You should leave.
We're gonna go get pizza.
So I can't deposit my credits for my cafe business?
No, Marcus, they literally took my paycheck and then I think that I think some guy put it in his own account for drugs. So I'm gonna have to deal with that.
I almost kind of want to shoot him. I kind of want to shoot him.
That guy's still getting fired. That guy's still getting
Marcus,
fired, by the way.
I'm gonna go in.
Bro, I just got lit up for no fucking reason.
I know you got lit up. Jesus Christ.
What kind of pizza though? What kind of pizza? Because
I forgot.
I might have just started my stream to go in, but I mean,
cheese?
I mean,
you know what, Marcus might
just...
cheese. You know what? Marcus is a food-motivated man. I keep saying it. He will literally not bother going to shoot somebody and get pizza instead. You know what? Easy clap. Shortest stream of my life. What?
Yeah.
2 minutes?
no, we have a map. We have a map for back home.
If you wanna, only if you wanna, because what? Have you been streaming since me back? That's like several hours. You know what? Fuck it. That's hilarious. Marcus is coming with then.
Alright,
I
cool.
got time on my hands.
It's just like,
No worries, I'll just quickly create a world. Actually, I'll just invite you both.
alright, yeah, no problem.
My, controller, so I can plug my batteries
That's
in.
wild.
She doesn't take a drink.
I need new
That's so funny.
instance. Plus.
What a funny coinky dink. Coinky dink.
I spawned in, and I saw 2 people like respawn. Okay, and one of them said, "It's okay. If she died there, she would have like as horrific as it is, she would have respawned right there on the spot where it was happening." I'm like,
I play a video game character, that's why.
that's amazing. I'm like, oh god, wait, what's happening here? I thought this was a little social thing, and then I remembered the announcement saying there could be combat.
Yippee!
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is great. I can go RP Marcus going to do some bank stuff for his coffee business. That'd be super cute. Oh, I got my invite. Okay.
Okay.
That's amazing. You know what? Now I think about it. Marcus is reasonable. My god. Well, Marcus will do cute little bank RP another time. I just got back from real life obligations, so it's okay.
So I was like, well, they're not gonna stick.
I don't think it was. I think it was just people shooting things.
Yeah. But I think
it was
it's
just people.
prompted now.
That's
I
why.
think it's
Yeah,
started
maybe.
now, the big thing.
Okay, so there's a couple of lighting bugs that still need to be ironed out. This is very much a work in progress, but we can just fucking make our way back to the apartment and have some pizza. That's all good.
That's
Yeah, let's
so
take a quick
bizarre. That's wild. Yeah. Oh my god.
Get some water.
I'm just like, bank RP.
It was like MVRP, to be honest.
Even better. Oh my gosh, that's wild.
It was about as like.
We would have stuck around a bit, but like we
Soullessly.
just sat down to like just fucking see who wanted to interact with us and have a bit of a conversation, and then people
Yeah,
just
and then
start.
they-
Then the
oh,
place is on fire, and then people are mag dumping other people outside.
Yeah, it was just too much too quickly, and they were like out of there.
All right.
There's no way.
All right. Are we all good?
Yeah.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Holy shit! Talk about a stressful trip to the bank. I was
saw
expecting it to be
several
boring,
people
not to
running
see
the
people
other
getting
way.
Murdered straight outside.
Yeah.
Yeah. First, the fire alarm went off, and they evacuated the bank. And then we saw the fire, and then
Oh, do you
people
want to show
started
him the clinic real quick?
shooting each other. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Actually, if you're, how's things at the RIP?
I got an explanation.
Get out of the rain first, huh?
It's kind of, yeah.
Okay.
Rain. Yeah, let's get out of the rain.
We can go inside more. Talk. It's not
You're probably
much,
gonna absolutely
but-
chew me out of it, but there's like 1 or 2 reasons I haven't left yet, and one of them's Millie. And too
No,
keen
no,
on
I'm not
leaving her
pressuring you.
alone. Oh no. But I mean, I know how I looked the other day. I was stressed out of my mind. Crazy stuff happened.
Yeah.
Understandably so. We only saw what happened to Millie earlier, like, up close. Had a small conversation with her, but holy shit, she was... I mean, it looked bad from a distance, but it doesn't look better up close. Poor girl.
No.
I don't know how much I want to talk about that one. I'm just glad some people like me and Asma are around
Yeah.
to help her, cause and no
Yeah.
one else really understand that stuff. I had to sit down with her earlier. I'm a little bit helpful.
There's more seating in the apartment if we want to head over there. Just
Yeah. I was
if
just
you wanted
show
to kind
you.
of see.
Oh, so
what
this is
we're
a
working
really
with
nice
over here.
setup. That is so cool.
It's dirty as hell, but I'm getting there.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
yeah, I
just been
mean
slowly
apart from the
cleaning up.
ground. Yeah. What was it?
It's
I was
something.
gonna
It's-
explain to I kinda poked out Lorelai about the thing y'all told me. There was something about I mean, I don't mind kinda spilling tea about it to you two. Something about she suspects Shan was leaking some info because there was only one other person, like she kind of laid out her logic as to why. Of like, these are the people who had
Okay.
access to information around this time for certain things. And there was some kind of security issue there, and it's like, well, he's one of the fellows. She did say to me that it's only a suspicion. And it kind of sucks that that's kind of weird game. Something about
Well,
Is
I
it
don't
some
know.
leech with a
Suspicion
fake like
or-
prescription. Yeah, that it's a fake prescription. That some leech I've dealt with him before, so I can tell you about. You know the leech that plays guitar? That sounds so weird. I don't know
Yeah, I
if I'm
saw that
honest.
guy.
Yeah, he
Still don't
has
trust that He's not
constantly
gonna go for my face.
he has
Huh?
constantly fabricated fake prescriptions from the rip and shit, saying that he's got a certain amount of morphine dosage or something else that we do not sell there. I know it for a fact.
I see.
He fabricated that. So
So
that
you're
was
just
one
trying
of
to
those
get
things.
drugs.
Free drugs, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
I know that one for a fact, so that's
Sure.
kind
Well-
of a key into that rumor, perhaps. That might be what it is. That's what we're thinking it is. Because it came up again recently.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I'm hopeful that it's just something like that and not legitimate.
It's been a reoccurring issue. I don't know. I mean, at this point, I kind of just want to kick the little guy. Be like, get, you know?
Yeah.
And then the other one is, Nami apparently. Well, sorry, that's my nickname. Don't tell him I call him Nami. Don't tell him that.
Nami? Who's
Nami.
Nami, the sea slug? Who are you talking about? Oh, you're talking about the wolf guy. Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
that's a
Lorelai
nickname I give
told
him
me to call
mentally. I
Nami.
don't. He's technically my
Oh,
coworker.
okay.
Wait, didn't he give us his name
Yeah.
in that conversation?
I can't remember it off the top of my head. Either way, we should get
Yeah,
over to the
Well,
apartment.
that discussion was a
Yeah.
little bit
Smells of
emotionally
old
fueled,
blood,
perhaps,
yeah. Pizza.
but apparently he kind of explained what he was doing. He kind of explained that he was looking into the rip and chip to the other head of the rip and chip. So from Lorelei, that's probably Riel we're talking about, and then Lorelei just decided, nope, cutting him off. So, really funny thing, I don't think it's been properly communicated because RG just serviced 2 of them in the rip and chip today.
You said RG service 2 of what?
Service 2 Fox Tech people in full uniform.
Oh yeah, because you guys are like not doing that.
Banning them or something. Yeah, I'm not sure quite how that all works out.
Wow, this is actually nice. So I'm just kind of laughing inside, kind of malicious inner laughter about it, that, no communication.
Yeah.
I'm being
Malicious
very
inner laughter.
toxic about it. Yeah, I'm being kind of toxic about it, maybe.
I
It's
mean,
like
you
a
were pretty
coping
pent up
mechanism?
the other day. You looked really upset, and I can kind of understand, you know? I
Holy
mean, particularly with the
shucks,
whole
that
Millie
was-
thing. I mean, the fact they didn't tell you about that, and you're kind of the mutant expert and all that sort of shit, that is kind of wild. But yeah.
When she kind of ran off, and there was some notes I gave to one of the people that said they'd take after her about, hey, there might be some creatures that come around because they're trying to find her, and lo and behold, I go to check up on her, and I find out myself there's one of them little creatures. It's a harmless thing, but it could spread infection.
Yeah.
All of that.
Do we need to worry
could
about
ramble
the mold
that.
thing then? Because, I mean, I could really do without.
As long as
that-
you're able to keep clean, disinfect all the decontamination process before it kind of takes place, you should be good. I could give you like a
Yeah.
little thing on that so you're able to keep safe with that, or anyone that comes by that might have any mold thing.
Oh shit.
So she said that the mold
Was like, what, exposure to it caused mutations? Is that correct?
Well,
Huh.
there's 2 strains of it now. I was doing some tests on it. One strain's the airborne stuff that kind of just makes you sick. First infected. I got infected by both strains. Holy shit. I don't know if you want me to ramble about that. I don't mind giving an update. It's just a lot. Oh,
Yeah, we
God.
want to know.
I mean, I want to know.
We're just
I'm really
not-
worried about her and.
Yeah, we just don't
I
want you
mean,
to think we're
selfishly,
fine,
I've
we're
had to
just
take
worried
stronger
about her.
immunoblockers recently, so I was worried about myself as well. So, you know, there's that.
Yeah.
I just. That poor girl. And ain't nobody knowing what to do. So I kinda just had to step up today and chat with her, figure things out. Make sure she knows who her, like, support network is. Different things to grab her, gave her
She
some
said
homework.
she was grappling with her instincts.
So is she like,
Is it like a symbiote kind of situation, or like
That's what
does it
I'm
just
worried
altered her
about.
that much?
It's some kind of biomass that started getting integrated, had viral properties to start with from what she was describing, and then it eventually slowed down. Her metabolism like probably grabbed hold of it, stopped it. Seemed like it should have gone through the whole process, but the team I was on standby with yesterday, they got her out a day before it could finish the job. She probably was being cultivated for some kind of biomass to take her over and turn her into a brood mother.
Oh, so
Just
that
to put
is
it
true.
bluntly.
Yeah,
Just
no,
putting it
I was
bluntly,
told
yeah.
that she might be being used for breeding or something like that. Well, that's
Well, at least she
fucking
got
horrifying.
properties to be a kind of like main sentinel kind of nursery kind of character of sorts. There's different kind of roles people take and that kind of thing. I've looked after Cupcake's pack. Before that, I came from a world of, funny flesh mutants and other things. It's kind of
I know.
kind of the big thing I know, right? So, terminology's a bit concerning, but yeah, she's kind of like a brood mother. Or she was gonna be. She's got some of that instinct. Territorial.
I
Very scared of people coming
hate
at
to
her
ask
next.
this question, but like, is there a chance that it can be undone, or?
Depends on how integrated it is.
It looks pretty fucking integrated.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a way to undo it. Usually when those things are far done, they have done more than just like, you could take all the stuff away and put some stuff back, but there were chemical changes, hormonal changes, different things like that.
Yeah.
Her mind's been altered. Her senses have been altered, and best thing I can think of is, if you got someone like cybernetic equivalent, cyborged up, chromed up to all hell and back, it's not easy to just undo that, or the medication that they rely on.
I mean, it regrew her limbs, for fuck's sake. Or grew new limbs, at least.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. Poor fucking girl.
I say it started off as a viral kind of integration because it started because one of the creatures bit her and then it started growing. She went through all the feverish kind of symptoms, feeling sickly because it was doing its job. It's kind of like dying.
Oh man. I hope we can do something for her at least. It's gonna take a lot of getting used to.
I ain't too keen on taking samples on her because of how skittish she is. There are things the body could do to make itself safe. So once she's calmed down or stabilized, then I'm going to try and work with her, and she's happy to. We'll get through it.
Not too much all at once. Is she staying with like a caretaker or anything at the moment?
Yeah, some of the other mega building folk are technically able to go into her territory without her instinct kind of kicking in to rip them apart.
Where is her territory? Just her old place, or?
I think so. I believe so. It's, on the far end of the mega building.
Yeah.
Well, no, it ain't upstairs. It's, where is it? It's a place across. You know how there's like the plaza and then
the
there's
car
little
and stuff, right?
areas around. Yeah, that's nearby.
Yeah, I know. Alright, well, she does feel very territorial over the mega building. Did we get any more information on who it was who was leaving those creepy photographs with the messages?
Y'all remember Eli's original body?
I never got to see it. I've only ever known Eli in her current form.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, explain that. Eli had, issues with mold way before any of it kind of got out of hand or came from another place. Had his own little issue.
Yeah, I heard
It was terminal in a sense. Yeah. It was terminal. Got him, but there was a bit of a procedure sort of thing beforehand, see if they could deal with it. And the backup was to move their conscience and soul to another body that was prepped beforehand. If it didn't work out, and well, it didn't. I won't say anything else about the feelings or anything, because I mean, it's technically confidential, but at this point, it's kind of like a public secret, so I kind of don't give a fuck no more. We sure care about it, but they've been communicating with people about they've been communicating with a lot of people outside of medical anyways that have to deal with this. There's a little document I could kind of pass to y'all that they were helping make.
You don't have to do anything you don't want to. If you're not comfortable.
No, we're not asking anything like
The
that. We're
only
just
reason-
concerned.
Yeah, we just want to help in any way, or God, how even.
Essentially, there's a little bit of history to it. It's all fella goes by the name Firefly that kind of put those notes around stalking. Yesterday, we found another series of letters and stuff like that where they took little photos. I'm in one of them.
Who the fuck is this Firefly?
Eli's body. The
It's
old
called
one.
Firefly now?
Yep. I could probably find a picture or
Eli's
two that
body-
I could show you.
Doesn't have a soul in it anymore. It shouldn't be active. What is it, just sentient mold?
Whatever the mold is that took it over, it's that fella controlling it now. Has been for a while. Apparently, the mold mimicked me.
Yeah, I heard it had that capability.
I didn't think it would mimic me, but I guess I shouldn't be surprised. Hell, when they came out with Millie,
Yeah.
they saw me and immediately put their guns up to me. I knew it was up then. It's unfortunate.
Wow. That's
I don't
something.
blame them. I don't blame them. All I can do is really hook Millie up with different resources for now that Cupcake and I use for the pack makes and all that. You know, just... There's like a little leash thing, or what's a little leather kind of band that I used to chew on when I got the munchies. You know, it's like you see meat, you smell the meat or blood, and it's like, oh, I gotta bite it. You know, just bite the leather strand instead, if you can help it. Things like that.
How much of her is, like, left, you know, mentally?
She's
much
there
of
and
her is
she's
still Millie?
conflicted. She remembers things. She remembers. It's her.
She still has her memories, okay.
Yeah. I talked to her a couple hours ago. I asked her how she felt about it, and she feels conflicted. Because it's like, they didn't harm her, they were trying to nurse her, she's scared, she just stuck to that determination, and...
They didn't harm
Because
her,
the thing
but
is the
they still did all
senses, the
that to her.
feelings. They were basically nursing her, and although it's a very gruesome term, yes, they were basically cultivating and grooming her to be a broodmother, or something, in their hive mind.
Was it like something malicious that went after her, or is it just like an unfortunate happenstance with some kind of like wild growing awful mold?
She got targeted a little bit before she was kidnapped.
I mean, this sort of thing sounds worked on, if you know what I'm saying. Like, it strikes me as the sort of thing that someone made and maybe got away from a lab or something. I don't know. It's just... That's pretty crazy mold. And if it's replicating people and stuff like that, I mean, I'm starting to wonder if it was a weapon of some sort, you know? Something like that.
Yeah, that stuff is intense. I also need to figure out how it's communicating or what kind of sensory organs it's got. Because it is a hive mind, and there are several ways hive minds can work. One of the slides. You got things like, you know, physical connection, like if you had wires and stuff, veins, mold, growth like that. Then you got things like sound, vibrations and things to communicate that way.
Uh-huh.
Then you got things like pheromones, airborne substances and chemicals. And then
I was
the most
talking to someone
outrageous
who
one
said
would be
that they
psionics.
inspected one and it was hollow. like that there was a kid that was hollow, and the kid was the one who like put their hands all over that, you know, that serial killer sign, and then mold grew over it and all of that sort of stuff. So they were thinking that the thing was like impersonating cute stuff, so it wouldn't have to work very hard and it would be plausibly stupid, and then people would like pick it up and then they get the mold over them. Because there was like a cat that was hollow, as well as a little girl, and the little girl was acting notably differently from normal. So we were thinking that that was how it was getting around. It was impersonating people that, and you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
But yeah,
Well,
that's
that's
the several
horrible.
different ways a hive mind could connect like that. Vibrations, sound, pheromones in the air, connections through tissue, psionics, and like just electricity in general.
It's the year of psionics. It was necromancy a couple of months ago, and now it's psionic time, apparently.
Yeah.
It just keeps coming up.
Technically, my
Apparently,
flesh
there's
weaving
always
psionics because I use my
psionics,
mind, right? So,
Yeah.
I feel like I would have picked up on something. Well, I got a weird sense now. Whenever there's mold nearby, it's like my hair's on it. And I could tell when Millie was nearby. Even though I couldn't see her or anything.
You could?
Yeah, it was weird. And then I told her, like, hey.
Sort of thing.
Yeah. So I just need to figure out what kind it is, because if you can dampen that or dull it in some way, that might help. She's connected to that stuff in a way that is not healthy, right? If you hurt the little ones, it's going to hurt her.
Well, yeah, if it's a hive mind, then it's like, I would assume like a shared pain.
Which, if you can imagine, a lot of people want to just grab those little motherfuckers and throw them in the incinerator, so... But that's going to cause Millie distress, or worse.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Great.
So
I haven't been able to
so bad
disseminate
for
that
her.
information.
yeah,
She was like one of the nicest people I fucking met since I got here. It's awful.
I can't really convince the others to really stop destroying the mold until I have solid evidence of how to do certain things about it. Apart from the way we're doing it right now. You burn them creatures, it's technically gonna burn Millie. I don't like it.
Is she gonna
Oh, no.
Does she feel it?
I don't want to test it. Not till she's settled down. It's only been 24 hours.
But if they start eradicating all of that stuff and she's not prepared to lose it, that's gonna be terrible. Who's getting rid of the mold? What team?
Various people connected to a network. Eli managed it. Toronto, some of the garage folk have been... They're part of it because they was making fire and flamethrowers. Some a medical team on there that can deal with it because somebody like Ada, that's pretty good at research and stuff like that, he's the type of undead that it's hard to manage mold if it gets in there, and it ain't gonna end well for him.
Are they reactively going after the mold, or are they going in and exterminating it? Because it's one thing to be actively destroying it from the places it's already inhabited. It's another thing to just be defending an area from it. If they're going in and eradicating all of it, then that's effectively going to equate to, like, killing her children. If it's the way that we think it is, that's going to send her into a terrible spiral. Almost unrecoverable.
Even though that reaction, that viral biomass kind of integration didn't fully go the way, she's got some of that kind of motherly cues. The territorial aspects. She feels it when they're hurting. It's,
Fuck.
at the moment, they're kind of reactive and defensive. They were aggressive because they wanted to
Okay.
get Millie back.
The defensive aspect is more understandable. I just want them to not, like, go in and start burning everything to the ground before they really understand how it affects her or how it's going to affect anyone else. God forbid if they do anything that's going to set off a bunch of spores into the air, and then it's just going to become airborne and be even worse.
Exactly.
Well,
there's
already
two
an airborne
strains.
mutation.
Yeah.
And those strains act differently. One causes just a sickness kind of thing. The other one is more airborne and spreads fast, but doesn't. It's easy to get rid of.
Shit.
But at the same time, if they don't exterminate it or clear it out when they spot it in the mega building, then other residents are gonna get hurt or infected or anything like that. Also, one of the strains,
I'm so fucking
when it
worried about next
infects you,
weekend now.
we found out that the people that got infected are the ones that get mimicked. So that's more ammunition for the mold to mimic people, because I got infected by both strains and then a fake me showed up.
Where did it do? Wait, I guess we don't know where it came from. Still
I
trying
don't
to
know, it was the
figure that
first
out.
I heard of it. They went to go get Millie and then they came out. Yeah, I told them I'd be up there waiting for them with my truck and medical equipment, because I mean, it was gonna happen, they were gonna get hurt, right? So I was just waiting. And then they were freaking out because they saw me. Then they said that there was a fake me, mold me. That's so scary.
Fuck.
That is actually scary.
Sure is, huh?
You remember that really, 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 really ancient, like, movie that was, like, of a similar
So I'm eating all the
premise, where
pizza.
there was, like...
It's fine. I don't eat
You're-
much
you're
anyway.
fine.
Pizzas here are huge,
Uh,
but yeah.
I scoff it.
Yeah, that's a small, believe it or not.
Yeah.
What? Wait, what? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll ask where
We get
later.
a lot of, that's why we like going there. It's like decent enough, right? But we also get a lot of food
Yeah.
for our money.
Yeah, which
So we
is
got garbage on it, but
kind
whatever.
of super important right now. But yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so there we go.
But that's the
got a
mold
whole
story.
load
If
of.
we
Holy
are-
shit.
Thanks for fooling
Can
us
you
in,
give me-
man.
Yeah,
No
thank you.
problem.
Can you give me a list of recommended vaccines to potentially ward off against infectious mutation viruses? Potentially.
Depends on
Yeah, that'd be good.
if it's in a general scope. You're looking at some things are good for some folks, and 90% of it will kill a normal human.
Great.
Got it. Vaccine wise.
Vaccine-wise, yeah. If we're talking about the mold, that's a
So-
whole other thing.
We're talking about
No,
a
we're just-
corporation that tried to create a problem to. Basically, they dug up a load of really horrible viruses and created the rest of them in order to conduct extensive human trials. And then, as a result of those human trials, learn everything they could about biology until they created the undying, kind of perfect being. And some of those things got out of control and are now all over a very large area, and we're going to have to go into that area next weekend. And
Well,
it's going
that-
to be.
Siberia.
That right there
It's like-
sounds like
Yeah.
the rabbit hole of the
has everything
90% of
built
things that'll kill you, because technically, all of them are probably patented things.
Awesome.
Patents,
Patent.
law, and business. Patent.
Holy shit.
And so you can't actually get your hand on half of that stuff. Gotta remember watching the fucking lecture. Because I had to study, I'm a doctor.
These guys were drilling into ice to find old fucking viruses from back in the day and bringing them back.
Well, I mean, that's kind of a good sign, because then that means that they got it from somewhere else and it's not 100% synthesized, but do you want to go to the effort to try and get the same
Well,
kind
they
of
got
sample
other
from
things from
the...
the void of space, so you know.
Woo!
Yep. That's pretty much where I'm at right now mentally, among another series of things. But yeah, it's okay. Guess I'm just gonna get used to we need to get a mirror somewhere so I can just enjoy not having eyeballs on my arm for one last time. That'd be good. Yikes.
I don't like the chances of getting a
If you
vaccine
did grow
for
another
that
set
one.
of
That's
eyeballs,
like a
we could
genuine
replace your
sick.
cybernetic eyeballs.
I don't want to think about that. I mean, presumably
We'd
it
go
would
back.
replace them. But the only reason my eyes are cybernetic is because they needed easy access to my brain. So, I mean, I guess that would work. I don't want to think about that, though.
I'm just thinking about it medically. If we were ever to actually replace somebody's eyeballs, it would need to be grown off of their body exactly like that.
Oh. Cool. Well, I look forward
Like a
to
skin
being
graft,
a
but it's
case
like an
study.
eye graft.
Oh, I don't
No,
really
I'm
know
not saying
the
a case
details.
study. I'm just saying it, like in general.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, I wasn't as grossed out by that comment as you probably were.
I'm very grossed out as it happens, but you are a doctor and I am not, so that makes sense.
Sorry.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, man. Well, as long as I don't
I
get
had a date
shouted
with
at it for
John.
this time.
Yeah, sorry for the bad
my
news
dream.
about the
Yeah,
vaccine
we need to talk about
thing.
that. Yeah.
About the
No,
what
it's
thing?
that's fine. Yeah,
So
I like
she fell
fell
asleep on the train and got abducted again.
in my brain dream.
What?
You know how we went to... You know how sometimes we go to sleep and we
Are you
wake up
okay?
somewhere with the family?
I'm okay, yeah.
I
Surprisingly.
see.
Yeah.
So, in one of the other dream things, that I think that you were there. Or was it you?
Hang on, put this
Might have been
over
somebody
there.
else.
I've got to take it off.
But regardless, he basically helped me in one of these dream situations, and the implied deal was that he wanted a date with me, but I thought he was joking. So I didn't take him
Yeah.
seriously at all, and I was like, yeah, whatever. He healed me, to which we still ended up dying anyways, but it is what it is.
Happy memories.
Yeah. So he was basically making good on that and visited me in my dream. And we were in a dining room picnic area.
Oh, was it another one of those fucked up animatronic things where it was like a weird
No, actually.
kind of
No.
restaurant, but it was like dark? Oh, okay.
No, it was like an actual nice outside like picnic. It looked like some kind of remnants of like a ceremony, like a wedding party or some shit. Didn't eat,
Oh,
but we
alright.
talked. And we talked a lot.
Oh, really? Did you learn anything?
I actually did find out a lot about John. And Dogma.
Really? What?
And
They're not...
how they are working.
John is
together.
Dogma. Isn't
Yes.
he? They're working...
But they're
what?
separate still.
What?
I kind of got, like, in layman's terms, exactly what they are. So, obviously they're puppets being puppeted by a puppet master. Dogma being one of them. These are possessive entities that have taken over people who... I couldn't quite get out of him why this is the person that he's possessed. But effectively, this guy, John, used to work at the Meat Rack bar. And for one reason or another, ended up being killed or dead. I think he might have told me, but there was so much that happened at the end of that conversation. I'm missing the details.
Okay.
But basically, that was how he ended up getting John's body. John is still John is still in him. Like, he's aware. But, like...
Okay.
It's weird. So, effectively,
That's
the
huge,
person-
actually. That's so... Wait. No, that's... That is the first time we have heard mention of the idea that these things retain like themselves
Max, he showed
to
me
a certain
memory,
extent.
hold on. Like,
So
he put
wait,
me in it.
in the past we've been assuming that these guys are pretty much dead or gone as soon as they get
Like fucking their heads eaten off.
So
what you're
unfortunately,
saying
they're
is
not.
that the original host is still in there?
Yes. So the one that I killed, unfortunately,
Yeah.
told me who she was. Her name was Jessica. She was a mother. I didn't ask if the family
fuck,
was
I'm
still
sorry.
alive, but I can't do anything about it. But
Not now, no.
I was going to try to find, if I could, obviously, like, whatever, family records. I don't know what I can do, but the biggest thing that came out of that, well, another big thing that came out of that conversation, we got onto a tangent through me asking him to show me one of John's happiest memories. What dogma is and how he functions. And I kind of pressed him pretty hard. And I put simply what his contributions are to the family as what he is. I pissed him off. But I also, like, he was sad. The things that I was saying to him made him feel noticeably inferior. I explained to him that his only purpose is a talker, and he failed at that with you. So what good is he? And we had a few minutes of going back and forth over that exact fact. What good is he if he can't even talk right? And he got upset and started spiraling and got on a tangent where he wanted to fix that situation, and his thought processes went to his digitization.
Huh?
If he could use that to jump between people via either the electronics on their cybernetics or the electronics or the electrodes.
Wait. So you learn about his digitization?
Like, okay, how does it work? What's he doing?
Well,
Like-
so he explained to me that he didn't explain to me exactly how it worked, but the way in which that he wanted to try to make himself stronger was by moving between people via electricity. So by default, people
It's always fucking
with
electricity.
normal biology,
Uh-huh.
yes, people with normal biology have
Uh-huh.
electronic signals were running through our body at any given time regardless.
Like I just said about that
Cybernetics,
hive
it's-
mind thing, one of the ways is electricity. Same thing.
With cybernetics, it's just a larger electronic playing field for him to jump to, theoretically. If he, like, wanted to try hard enough, he said that he could do this. I don't think he can't do it now, is the thing.
All right.
But he can develop himself into a point where he could potentially do this. I walked him off of that cliff because I got scared and I didn't. He was
Okay.
spiraling and. But regardless,
What?
I walked him off of that cliff by explaining to him that if he starts trying to interface with cybernetics or people that he doesn't know the makeup of, magic, if they have magics or something that could wipe him out or erase him, if he connected to them, he would be in danger. The same if he connected to any cybernetics that were hardened.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
He could also be in danger and be eradicated.
Or deconstructed.
So yeah, a lot.
That is a lot. This is the first time someone from the family's reached out like this, though.
He said he's interested in me and he likes me.
Why does...
We might have a second date. I'm keeping it going just for the sake of what I can get out of it, information or otherwise.
So he does. That's so he's. So wait, he is a possessive entity.
Mm.
So did John like you, or did Dogma like you?
Dogma.
So the extra-dimensional possessive entity liked you.
Yes.
The extra-dimensional
like, okay with
entity
it.
who exists in a mask liked you.
Yeah, that's what
Who
I'm still trying to
has-
wrap my head around.
Do you have any theories?
He said it was because... Well, he said it was... I asked him why, and he said it was because I was different than, I guess, the other people that came before us. And it was because of, like, I don't know, my desire to survive. But there was, like, a different... Something different that he saw in me, I guess, that drew him to me. But it was effectively, like, equated to that. I surprised him, I guess.
Surprised him. Okay. Interesting. And he liked you because you were different from the people who came before. And you wanted to survive, but I'm sure everyone wants to survive. So that can't be it. It must be something else. What's different about you that isn't different about the... Okay.
What?
He doesn't know. Interesting.
Doesn't know what.
He doesn't know you're innocent.
I think he does know. I don't know.
I think he might be figuring it out.
Yeah.
But the family was a project that was designed to attack the
You're right!
sinners, remember? It was those to take
Yes.
off the weak people in the street
Yeah.
and everything. And if
Yeah,
Jack
yeah.
is suddenly feeding people in the family, people who aren't these evil people that these guys agree to predate upon,
Yeah.
then that's a change in the deal.
Yep. You've just... Yeah. 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 So we...
He doesn't know.
I was about to
You wanna know
say,
the
that's the
angle that I
kind of
spun with
sweet
him?
talking you say when you don't know what you want.
You want to know the angle that I spun with him?
Go
to
ahead.
get him on that tangent?
Uh-huh.
Was that his puppet master basically doesn't give a fuck about him. And is just, like, he's literally just a tool, but he's like the lowliest tool on the rung. So that's why he was
Well,
like
he
going
is
on this
being used
tangent
as
of
a
trying to
tool.
get better. Yes. But I don't think that he's ever had to really face that in such a capacity. To where he feels inferior. I made him feel inferior.
Interesting.
And I don't think that he's experienced that before. So he started thinking differently. It was obvious that his entire demeanor, like, changed.
Hmm.
So there's something to play with there, maybe.
There's more
As long
than
as it
something
doesn't
to
get
play
you
with there.
burned.
Mm-hmm.
With them folks and the way they fashion words, the way they try and make deals, words carry a lot of weight. Every single word you laid out in front of them must have been tons.
I really just talked to him normally. I approached it as I would if it was like a real date. So I was just asking him everything about him, and then that just spurred a certain line of topic, I guess. that led it in a very interesting place.
Hmm.
Overall, I just, for once, don't feel like we've lost. You know what I mean? I don't feel like it's a win or anything, but like, I don't feel devastated.
No. No, this is important.
What are you thinking? And is it something that we should talk about without any sort of like ward on our brain or some shit?
Yeah, I think
know what I
we're
mean?
fine.
Okay. I don't know how much he can hear, you know? He kind of seemed to understand everything, but he didn't even know my name.
I want to grab another pizza slice.
Jack the father. The father makes sons. The sons are the various children. However, there's a lineage and there's a grandpa. Grandpa is clearly stronger than Jack. At least if anything else is to be observed. Foxtech is being manipulated by Jack. Marcus.
Yeah.
We're going to try and do something. We're going to try and rid Foxtech of a problem that's been plaguing them for about 50 years. We need some help.
You already know my answer. Gladly.
Well, then let me fill you in. There is a system called Predator. Predator has been for a long time the backbone of Foxtech security. Predator was built, at least in part, by someone called Jack. Jack, otherwise known as the Father. At this present moment in time, we don't exactly know what Jack is. There's theories he could be an AI, he could be a member of the family, but as time goes on, I think that's less and less likely. What is certain, however, is that Jack has been funneling people to the family. The way he has been doing this is because he has admin access over Predator's core systems. You see, people who go to Foxtech, reach out, leads, people who enter into the system, like Mo once did, who say, hey, Foxtech, we need your help with a contract of something. Well, if they're of interest to Jack, then all of a sudden, they're intercepted. You see, Jack has control over all of those leads, all of those systems, and he can disappear people just like that. He needs a couple of things to happen. What he needs is people to sign a contract. The contract isn't a contract with the family. What it is an agreement that basically closes off their debt. In short, they go into the system, Jack sees the person, takes an interest, and then sends people out ahead of time to get them to sign a contract. That contract writes them off as a debt loss. At that point, they're off the system. Every deal you have with them from that point forward has nothing to do with Foxtech. They don't have a file on you. They don't have anything. You're just a lost lead. But from that point on, you still think you're working with Foxtech, and you have good reason to, because Jack is also using that admin access to their internal systems in order to boot up people in the family. There's an unknown number of people working within Foxtech who are, well, working with Jack. And in exchange for working with Jack, they're being boosted up the company ladder and given all sorts of benefits. Those are the people we're seeing who are members of Foxtech inside the dream. They're people who are working with Jack and by extension the family in order to boost their own careers. That's what they're doing. So, you, as a person, believe you're working with Foxtech, and, well, slowly but surely, you're subjected to more of this family stuff. Now, what Predator was supposed to do was be a system in order to keep the streets safe, essentially. It was a surveillance program that would put people together. It had an incredible amount of
Skill and reach, and whilst it was also the backbone of the system, it was also the basis for a great number of other systems. It analyzed, it
controlled, it found weaknesses in various hardware and all the rest of it. But the whole thing they were doing, what the family was supposed to be, was this system of vigilante justice. That's what they tell to people who were working for Foxtech on the inside. They tell them that, hey, do you want to make a real difference in this city? Well, you want to be in the know, kid. You want to work with us. Because we've got this family thing that'll take all the ruffians, the murderers off the street, and actually make a change in this city. And I think for a lot of people who've, Foxtech is primarily made up of very low-level recruits and volunteers, right? A lot of those people have been very directly affected by crimes in the street and everything. So getting paid more, making your way up the ladder, and you get a chance to make a difference in the world? Well, that's a very, very encouraging offer.
However,
Yep, I see a lot of people.
obviously, it's not all that.
Either Jack's gone off the rails or he always was off the rails and he's using this for his own ends. To make his own power, to gain whatever his end goal is. We're not really sure what it is. Our plan, if we can do it, is to get access to an older version of Predator and compare it and contrast it to the current live version to try and prove
that things are being hidden, or, I guess, sealed away by Jack.
they don't know that he's still in the system.
And they don't know that so many people on their own company
Are compromised. Obviously, this is super dangerous information. If other corporations were to find out that, well, Foxtech was compromised, a security company at such a fundamental level, then they'd be a laughingstock. They'd be collapsed overnight. Problem is, that's a lot of people's jobs, and, well, worse than that, Foxtech may soon be one of our only lines of defense against fucking Leap Foundry with what they're playing down in industrial. I mean, you've seen that Foxtech have started setting up checkpoints along the border, and they've been working closer and closer with Nemesis.
I think
Leap Foundry scares a lot of people, as it should, and it's only a matter of time before, well, in a weird sort of way, after running for them for so long, it's directly within the interests of everyone in the waterfront that
Foxtech is no longer compromised and put in a position that they can actually
face this threat.
Foxtech
so-
made true on their kind of dream work of getting our top 5 of corporations in the waterfront. Almost Nemesis mistrust. They're right there. A lot to lose.
Yeah.
a hell of a lot to lose.
So, we need to prove that Jack is at work. We need to find Jack, kill him, or disable him some other way. That'll liberate everyone from the family, because it's him who is directing the family to their targets.
And, hopefully that solves a hell of a lot of problems.
Because the family we can't do anything about. They're coming from another realm. They're being summoned in,
Used as tools, just as Mo says, right?
they're puppets. Much the same as the people who are aligned with Jack on the inside are puppets. It's all
The work of this mastermind. So, our plan, our goal at the moment,
is to take down Jack.
and we're gonna have to do a number of jobs to make that happen, and we'd really love it if you could help us with that.
When I said I was keeping my distance before, ain't worth keeping my distance no more. Put me where you need me.
There's so many lives on the line.
Exactly.
I think it's
Appreciate
the
it.
fact that we actually have leads now to do something impactful. Now's the time,
But
you
it's
know?
a
Super dangerous job. They're not gonna want us getting access to their systems. We need high-level encryption cards. We're gonna need to be able to steal
Those
one of
uniforms.
Vice.
I've already been given a low-level access to be able to crack the card. We need to be able to get a hold of uniforms so we can impersonate their guards. Plan is to take a hit out on one of their buildings that's still being constructed. Logged into Predator as all of their systems are. Once again, it's their backbone, but the defenses will be down lower. If I can do that, then I'll be able to, you know, update a list of encryption keys and get a copy. It's gonna be dangerous, and, well, securing executive level access to a mega corporation's, core systems isn't exactly gonna be fun. And that's to say nothing of the fact that if Jack gets wind of this, then not only will we have the family breathing down our back, more than they are already, but we'll have their believers on the inside as well.
Mm-hmm.
Rooting this out is gonna be horrible. And it's a very, very data-sensitive task. So we need to be super careful who we let in. And we're gonna have to be as quiet as possible. And if all goes well, we'll be able to hand over an encrypted file through a secure channel to Foxtech executives. They can root out the weeds from within inside their own company. And, well, no one will know anything that we did. That's my hope, anyway.
Immediately
But I
intense
don't
the
think
security
the
threats of
family-
me. I'm not Luddite. Way I function. Main thing I'm concerned about is if I'm being checked supernatural.
Yeah. We have reason to believe that the, well, as of today, basically new developments that the guys are operating, the family operate according to psionics. We had a chat with Sakoto as well as Adrian about, well, what...
Aiden.
Aiden, sorry, my
Sorry.
bad. About what his dear old dad gets up to. And that led down a whole fucking route about psionics and about how mind spaces and dream spaces are essentially the same. And not only that,
Yeah.
Ada actually gave me one of his anti-psionic talismans once in order to, check if, well, there are psionics at play with what these guys are doing. And sure enough, when I was next taken in my sleep, that thing had burned up. So, there's clearly something going on here. Also, just today, when you were taken, you tried to visualize your gun, and, well, it seems that...
Well, I tried to do even less than that. I just tried to visualize a basic kitchen knife. I was testing what I could do in the world, for the record. I was able to
Sure.
manifest a flower, which was reminiscent
said-
of,
John was able to stop things?
Yeah, so, for instance, I tested what I could do initially. It's really weird. It's like he had control over my space, but not full control. For example, if I felt fear, he said that he would feel fear. And so I kind of prodded him down a path that I knew would instill fear in me, just to see if he would react based on what I was feeling. And he did. So there's some things like that they can definitely be influenced by. But then again, you are also being influenced by the same thing, so you have to play it carefully, if that is something that we want to do. As for manifesting items or anything like that, I attempted to just pop in a rose on the table initially. But it wasn't a rose, it was the flower, a flower that was reminiscent of what he'd given me before. And then I tried to turn off the light on the table that was between us. And it turned off for a minute and turned back on. And then my last
Interesting.
attempt was a basic kitchen knife. And only the handle manifested. And he told me that he stopped the rest of it. So...
Interesting. There was more to that, too. In the past, when we've spoken to family members inside the dream spaces, they've said the places were based on places that used to be real. i.e. their memories. That's why so many of them look familiar. So, once again, it's another thing that pushes towards some sort of psionic influence. Or something along that lines. We were talking to
My
Sakoto
flesh
when she
weaven's
was telling us
technically
stuff about
psionics, but it ain't the same.
Either way, it's that would explain how they're able to get into people's minds in their sleep. It would also explain the sleep necessary, because that's when your defenses are down.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not an expert in the topic, but a lot of stuff
You
aligned.
meditate. I bounced the idea to Sakoto, but like, what if we could put ourselves in a trance and kind of bait them into pulling us away? But because we're not fully asleep, maybe we have more control over ourselves in that space. You know what I mean? In fact, if we're in a trance, we're arguably the most in tune with ourselves that we could be in that situation. If what I know about trances is loosely correct.
I mean,
Meditation and trance is about focus, after all. You're more focused than anything.
Yeah.
I was
We're gonna start training.
I was in several mindscapes. Sakoto took me to one once because they had to clear me of family before. On that walk, had a bunch of dream therapy in the past for Lorelai. I can make pizza whenever I want. Is it really that hard to like make things? Well, I had to have control over my mindscape. It's part of my therapy.
I think in this situation, if just what I experienced in my own, I think that we're better off trying to play this emotion route. I think that that influences them the most overall, rather than trying to manifest an item or something. If we force ourselves to feel fear, they also will feel it potentially, assuming it works however it works. Maybe, I don't know.
but at the same rate, if we think other things that, I don't know, caring emotions, the desire to help other people, then maybe that means that we can influence them as well. Maybe that's why it's important that they prey on killers.
Oh my god. You're right. Oh my god.
Because criminal minds will be
That's why I stuck out to him.
murder. Because you're not a killer.
Exactly. So maybe he didn't feel that influence from me.
Maybe he didn't.
He felt that different influence.
Maybe he didn't. He was expecting that you would think about killing him and therefore manifest his ability to kill you.
Yeah. Oh fuck. Oh my god. This is huge. If it's real.
Yeah.
This is our literal biggest defense right now.
Is not killing people?
Well, yeah, it's just being as good as we can be. Which is what we've been doing.
Yeah. But
I know
then
I've
it
been
goes.
talking about like, oh, I want to kill people, and that's just me being fed up. I'm talking.
Well,
about
that's
shit.
more in the ballpark of. Well, of course, I don't know if it interfaces with how they are in real space, but then. Of course, a dream is one thing because it's like a battleground of whatever, but I don't know if. Because they do walk around, like, independently in real life, right? Like, they're out there walking around. So I'm trying to figure out if this discourages.
Possessed bodies at that point. Whatever.
So what, they're only Dogma in the dream and John in real life?
Maybe. That's how I would perceive it, at least.
Possibly. I'm trying to think if this discounts that Jack could be a member of the family or not, because of his ability to act independently. I don't really know.
You said John or Jack?
Jack.
Yeah, okay.
Though John was acting independently. But you said that John agreed to do it. Weird. Okay,
I kind of
well,
want
we
them to
can't...
kidnap us in our dream again. Just to figure it out.
If y'all doing dream stuff in the future, if there's any way for me to help, I got expertise. Well,
Well,
not
it's not
expertise,
like-
just experience. Plenty of it. That's how I got involved in all that
choice.
mess in the first place.
Yeah, it's
Well-
just a matter of if they decide to pluck us anytime soon.
Yeah, well, I mean, the question is
Do we need anything? Okay, so our mainline defenses right now are continuing with the plan to try and compare and contrast Predator. Other than that, in order to deal with the family, we're going to need to be able to learn more about psionics in order to harden up our brains and maybe able to affect the area. The emotion thing is definitely our best bet right now, and it stands to reason that if Dogma could detect that something was different, then maybe the others will as well, and the more people from that side of things we can talk about, the better we'll be doing. Okay, so learn psionics, do these data heists, try and figure out more about Jack as we can, and avoid everyone in Foxtech like the plague, because we have no idea who's compromised and who isn't.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Yeah,
Huh.
and take more
Who'd have thought
showers
that
because
me
of
having a
mold
fucking
demons.
Daydream. Yeah.
That is if we survive next weekend.
Yeah.
That day you had to run away? You didn't want anyone following you? Father told me to stay
Yeah.
away from you.
Who did?
Father.
I'm not making it out. Who?
Father, Jack.
Oh, he said to... He said to what? Sorry?
Stay away from you.
Stay away
Oh.
from you.
Same thing he told me. He said I was interfering with his patient.
Do you think they want me to become a murder hobo?
Yes.
Okay.
I think they want to scare you into taking violent and aggressive action so that therefore the family thing will work, because that's important to maintaining the illusion that he isn't breaking
Yeah.
the terms of his deals with the family. As well as the
Yeah.
terms of the deal with the people within Foxtech who are buying into the whole vigilante
Okay.
justice
well, that
thing.
makes a lot more sense now, and now I understand a certain amount of urgency to not do that.
Yeah,
This
well,
may be
you
a
know, it
stupid
was never our
question, but
intention.
how do you think they feel about all the people going to the ball cultists? Like, there's some fellas that are literally like, man, I love murdering. I'ma join the cult. It's actually wild.
I think they're probably eating good.
I had a thought just now.
Yeah.
Do you think...
Oh my fucking god, Marcus, I suddenly saw like your axe move in the corner and I thought someone just like was standing behind you. That scared the shit out of me for like a second. Holy fuck. I just
My
saw the
bad.
shadow move across. No, it's alright, I'm just
My
jumpy.
bad.
It's alright.
We'll
Do you
just
think there
put
was a
these.
situation in which
Yeah, just put him anywhere, man.
I forced myself into this position with the family, and because I'm not their MO, that's why things are kind of weird?
I think so. I think there is a non-trivial chance that because of who you are, this is part you are to serve a grander plan for Jack. And that's why
Theoretically,
he
I'm
targeted you.
fucking up his deal with his puppets.
Sure are.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's a fun angle to play now.
He just believed that he'd be able to get through to you because he expected you to be
Yeah.
like your mother.
Or like everybody else, for the most part.
That's true. I know, but you look at your fucking lineage and you'd have thought that was a dead cert, right? Guy must be furious.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't give her enough credit, huh?
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, this is a significant path forward, where previously I didn't really feel like we had one, or any sort of leverage over them at all. It's not a lot, but it's a fucking lot more than we have had.
That's true. But we're gonna need more people. Not just us three.
Mordecai?
We haven't seen him in fucking forever.
No, but he's
Honestly, I haven't
reliable.
seen him since like weeks after. I don't know, we'll have to compare some
Maybe
notes and
keeping to
figure out who
himself.
we're gonna approach. Yeah, that's
Do you have any
true.
recommendations, Marcus?
Sadly, a lot of people kind of got the
Anybody you trust?
perspective of not really being able to trust or tell the difference between some of the folks, tech fellas, or family. They're still at that kind of mentality.
Yeah, they are. And ideally we need a psionic if we can get one.
And of course, if you try and pitch it how you're explaining some of it right now, some people would happily let it burn. So,
They sure would, which would be disastrous. I mean, even in times of like, you know, relative calm or whatever, suddenly threatening the jobs of an entire, I mean, the fucking roster call is like 64 million. Damaging the earnings and ability to live for 64 million people? I mean, I know people say fuck the corpse and all that sort of stuff, but a lot of those people are just working a day job, you know?
I mean, I'm still in their systems, on their paychecks, they give me little gifts, all that kind of thing. I'm kind of just a sitting duck, like I'm a paperweight. So, I still don't know who on earth you'd be able to trust.
It's so hard nowadays, man.
I think about someone like
Especially with
Nafiel,
something like
he
this, it's
don't
so
like
delicate.
none of them, on any level. He hates Jack
I think
just as
you're like-
equally as he hates Foxtail.
Who?
Nafiel.
Nathiel?
He remembers
Yeah, I
the
guess
last
that's true.
place
I mean,
Jack
he did
was
kill him
actually
last time.
physically killed, went back to the place where Jack's body was dumped.
Yeah, I remember. He checked on my behalf.
Yeah. Though it has been a while since I've asked him about it.
He's had a lot going on.
We have a training session, or 2 or 3 or 5, coming up with him this week, so
Nice.
we'll probably... Maybe we drop the question, we'll see.
I wish I had more
hurt.
folks I could point you to that aren't too abrasive with certain
Well,
subjects.
believe me, Marcus, we understand not having people to trust. Believe you me, you do not have to explain.
Yep, it's not like we haven't been burnt by everyone and their fucking mother who we've trusted up to today.
Hmm.
Apart from you, that is. Sorry, just
Yeah,
grabbing
literally.
something.
It's alright. Zephyr is one hell of a fire ant nest and every ant's biting each other.
Yeah. I'm exhausted. What a day.
I was gonna go fill out some checks or whatever, deposit credits into the bank, cause my business going well.
Give that. I would give that place. I would maybe just find a different bank.
Yeah, I
altogether,
might
to be
just go
honest.
to a different one. Or I'll go
I'm not
through the
gonna
waiting
cancel
thing for
whatever that guy did.
I'm really bad with like the
Took a-
online process. I don't trust it.
It is way more simple. However, physical interaction, I guess, leaves less paper trail. I guess it just
More
depends on
video
what kind of
recordings
money
of
you're
who it
making.
is dropping it off.
Uh-huh.
Hasn't crossed my mind that
True.
he might be, how shall we say, exploiting that to a certain extent? Making sure it's your face casting that shit and not his.
Yeah, I know. That wasn't lost on me.
Alright. Well, sorry, man,
Well-
for interrupting your banking experience, but I really prefer you didn't get shot.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, I started walking down the street. I see like 3 other people running. I'm like, okay. I heard the alarms. I'm like, alright, that's a bit suspicious. See a couple other people and a
Uh-huh.
fire truck going somewhere. Then I ran into you. So I'm like, okay. Maybe I should take this as a message to not go to the bank.
Yeah, it's a sign from the gods almost, huh?
You know, the first
Awesome.
one or two was just
Yeah.
like, that's Saphira. Place is always on fire. Mm.
That's what people kept saying. They kept saying, welcome to Zafira. I am
It-
very
it's
well
like-
acquainted.
It is like some kind of brainwashing thing. Okay, I'm literally an anomaly. I'm a man from like another world in time, 1892.
Uh-huh.
I ain't used to that's Saphira. It's wild. It's like the whole brainwash.
Yeah.
I'm not crazy,
I was
right?
talking to Lee Rock, and he was saying that
I don't
the
think it's normal.
place
to
is
be
kind of
okay with
cursed.
that.
They're jaded.
I mean, he was convinced that everything that comes here turns to shit, and there might be some sort of, like, curse upon the land that, like, I don't know, fucks with everyone. That's what he thought, anyway. I don't know if I quite
Probably.
agree with that.
Whenever I
but
go to a fast food
certainly.
restaurant,
surprised
I
to be
run
honest.
into a cryptid.
Might be because there's a big aberration from the outer planes just sitting around, attracting more aberrations to him all the time.
Oh yeah.
Maybe
that's
it's causing
crazy.
aberrant behavior. Yeah, that was a whole fucking
I
I don't
conversation.
know
Malleus
any
McKay
of
is
that
basically-
stuff.
No, neither
Do you
did
wanna
we
know? It's
until
really
about 4
simple.
hours ago. Yeah, it is. It's really simple.
So,
and everybody
Malleus
dresses it up as
McKay-
if it isn't.
I know.
Huh.
Malleus McKay
Sorry.
basically had a So, do you know about all the planes and like the dimensions and like how it's laid out? How it's like a ring and all that
We
shit.
learned about this
And
like
how, like-
earlier, and she's acting
Can I
like an
just
expert.
say,
Well, I'm
Can I
just
look,
I
say
have a
that from my
photographic memory, and I'm just remembering
perspective-
the map.
Sure.
and nobody really tell me things, and I get it because it's kind of like a security issue, anyways. But like, it just
Well,
looked like
this isn't a
Dakota and
security
Hansi
issue. This
got
is the mother
brainwashed
of all
by
security
Malleus,
issues, if
and
you
they
think about
just
it.
want to like suck his cock. But I know that probably ain't the case. But that's just what I see from the outside. So I'm just like, this is depressing. That's the only perspective I got, even though I know better.
Yeah. So really, I'm about to trivialize everything for you, and
Fair enough.
it's gonna be crazy. So.
Mm.
How everything is laid out, basically, there's like the outer parts, which is like some crystal bullshit or whatever, I don't know. Crazy gods exist only there. Things that we can't even comprehend exist only in this area. This is where Malleus McKay is from. Apparently his family exists here also. And apparently he was ostracized
think he's a
from his
prick, too.
family. Yeah, his family ostracized
Yeah.
him, exiled him from them, sent him here, basically. And you know what he's decided to do? Because he's such a fucking loser? He's remaking his family with the Poors, basically. That's Willow and Aiden, and he's making this like excuse, this like piss poor excuse for a family because he lost what he had because he was too fucking like just a piece of shit to have that where he fucking belongs. So now he's here doing it here because he has not the ability nor the pull nor the skill to do it anywhere else. He's a loser, and he's taking it, he's literally using Zafira as a like a dollhouse. That's about the best that he can do. And the only way that he's solidifying his position here is by making it seem like he's keeping us like protected from other aberrations that he's attracting.
Yeah, we
by the
can't
way.
do anything.
Which
Yeah,
we-
because he's protecting us from aberrations that he's
the only
letting
one that
in
can get rid of
and
them.
he's attracting.
Yeah, he's very much so letting them in through the barriers. There's barriers that are in place between each of the planes, which are like firewalls, basically, if you want to think about it like that. He is
Oh my
literally
god.
implying he's
hacked
literally
the
adding.
plane.
Yeah, he's hacking the firewall to allow these fucking aberrations through, and then eradicate
So-
them. and
so
he
he
can be
looks
like, oh, look what
good.
I did. Yes.
Yes.
Oh my god.
So he's a big aberration, and we know that he attracts other aberrations and lets other things through, because he gets some in, these like mind squids or whatever. They're like the things he uses to help with his weird fucked up mindfuck factories and
Well,
stuff
like
like
the
that.
flares and the
Severance.
severance flares.
Yeah,
You got
I
like
mean, they
little
were told
mind goblins.
They're like big squids
Yep,
that
that's
attach
literally what he
your
does.
brain. Yeah, mind goblins.
I know
yeah.
what those are.
Yeah, well, he lets them in and calls them his puppies. So there we have an active, like, admittance of guilt that he is letting other aberrations into this plane.
Yep.
And yeah, so
It's just our problem.
basically
It is
it's
just our
all a
problem, that's it.
fabrication. It's
Yeah,
all
Marcus,
a fabrication.
imagine. Crazy,
The
right?
whole thing.
I thought it would have been
It's
cooler
just a
than that.
fabrication.
I did too. I
Yeah.
freaking did too. But he's just a loser, and he
He
didn't
is
have a
literally
family.
just
he
a
got
loser.
exiled from his family.
That's
got
why
exiled
he
from
wants
his
to
family.
appeal like the cool, kind of like suave protector who's like high in fashion
why he's
and he's
all
got a
obsessed
big
with
happy
image,
family
yeah.
around him. It's
Yeah.
all
He's
a
the
fucking
far
lie.
realm equivalent of a man that got exiled by his probably also fucked up evil family, let's be honest. And has gotten blow up dolls to play pretend. It's like, that's my wife.
Yeah. Yeah, literally.
Yeah, pretty much. That's Malleus McKay.
Yep.
It's about I kind of feel sorry for him. Like in a like sort of like I don't not in a good way kind of thing, more like, oh, that's pathetic and
I
kind
feel
of
sorry for him because
I
he's
pity
a fucking
him.
loser.
Yeah.
yeah, pity's a
I
better.
feel sorry for him.
Pity's a better word.
So I'm just kind of slumped. That was a lot of disappointment to hit me at this once.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I mean, she was screaming at Sakoto about it for some fucking
Oh,
reason.
yeah, on a rant. I couldn't believe it.
So. Yeah, it's cool. Adrian's still kind of cooked though.
He's clearly had
Oh,
a little
no.
Too much of the whole kind of I can fix him
Kool-Aid.
sauce.
The Kool-Aid.
Oh, I can fix
Yeah.
him.
Yeah,
That's my
We've met
favorite
a lot of people are on an
phrase.
I can fix him train recently.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's yeah, no, interesting, cool.
Well,
Um,
I'm sorry you had to go through the mental anguish of
something new every day.
finding that out.
Well, now you have to, so it's a shared experience.
all right.
Can I crash somewhere in the corner here because I ate so many
Oh
pizza
yeah,
bits?
take the
Take the
sofa.
couch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
By
take
all
it.
means.
Bring
None of
something.
you, none of
if
you
you hear
crash on
any
the
alarms
couch
From back
much?
there, that's fine.
No, we got
Yeah,
our
crash
bunks
on the
back
couch,
there.
dude.
We've got bunks
Yeah.
back here.
I'm
You can
couch
lay there.
surfing.
Do you need anything
Yeah.
washed?
We have like a washer dryer.
Yeah, we do.
Well, my jacket's got all the coolant on it. I think that's yeah.
Oh, okay, all right, we can do that. That's fine. Yeah, no worries.
Yeah.
Alright.
Cool. I mean, yeah, I'm sorry. We can only afford a place on the fucking flight lane, so if you hear horns
That's
going
gonna be
past,
buzzing
then
by
yeah.
It's better than
Unfortunately, it doesn't really slow down.
Also, pros and cons to being even waterfront or industrial. You got funnier apartment layouts in waterfront.
Yep.
Then you got funny
Sure
smells in
do.
industrial.
Oh yeah, we saw the toilet in the kitchen in the.
I do.
There's a,
Yeah.
oh, what?
Oh no, not here, not here, not here. This was the apartment that we had
Oh.
a conversation with Aiden and Sakoto in the meat rack.
Wait, they have the toilet in
It
the.
wasn't our apartment.
me-
It was just an apartment in the fucking inn.
Mm.
Oh.
Yeah, the toilet's in the kitchen in those layouts.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen them
Yeah.
little video things where they show how to make an apartment in like a 2x2 meter like room? This reminded me of those
Galvanized
videos.
steel beams or whatever it's called.
I don't got an auntie, so I could
Galvanized
never,
steel. Is that
I
the
could
one?
never renovate
Yeah.
like that. Ooh, I got my
All
foot
right.
stuck on that top. Oh, what?
It's alright. We've got. There should be like a blanket down there or anything. We don't have a hell of a lot.
Yeah.
We've been kind of rebuilding after getting fucked by the Stormbringers, so. Hey, here's what it is.
Let's see. Yeah. Here's some extra bedding. Here.
Oh, thank you.
Blanket, extra pillow. Yeah. There's a shop downstairs, and then if you hang a left, sells like just, you know, microwavable like breakfast shit. It's cheap.
There's a
You
little
can get it in
noodle
the
stand
morning.
as well. The noodles are quite nice.
Yeah, it's not bad.
That's nice. I got some little
We'll
like
get
herbs
breakfast
and
in the morning.
stuff. I always kind of just grab that stuff, put it on the noodles. I'll share them with you. Makes it taste less
Yeah,
cardboard.
cool.
Good night.
Good night.
This well.
Scene.
I figured out what's
Easy.
causing the flickering. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna fix that tomorrow. Ah!
There we go.
Again, I